So today I wanted to talk a little bit as we get the day started here about expectations. Something I've been thinking about this morning as I kind of go around getting breakfast ready for the kids, kind of watering the plants, getting the house ready for the day. I expected when we arrived here in Pennsylvania, which amazingly was 3 years ago now. I can't believe we've been here 3 years already. I expected us to get Jen established in her job. I expected to get the kids settled into the school system, get them set up with all the necessary doctors and dentists and whatnot. And at that point, I don't know what I expected. I don't think I had any goal beyond that, except I expected us to purchase a home. I expected this to be the place where we put down roots. I expected us to work together to establish a permanent home, which I don't think Jen has ever really had since we were together after leaving college. To the best of my knowledge, for the past 25 years, Jennifer has rented a house and always had that pick up and leave option. Whereas when we were in Connecticut, I worked to purchase the condo that we had at 52 Henry Street. And I felt like I was putting down roots in a community at that point. And then, of course, the upheaval happened in Connecticut, getting laid off from my job. And we left that whole situation. But to bring it back to Pennsylvania, I believe it was a difference in expectations when we got here that really put the final nail in the coffin of our marriage. I expected, because Jennifer was the breadwinner, that she would, since she was making a large paycheck, that she would financially support the wants and needs and goals that I laid out. I told her that we needed a certain amount of money for food for the house. And each and every time we talked about it, her flat out answer was, I can't afford to give you that. And that really took me aback, because it was my expectation that she would be happy to provide whatever I had budgeted for. I expected, because she was the main breadwinner and because I had defaulted on my mortgage back in Connecticut, that she would be happy to work on purchasing us a home here in Pennsylvania. And her answer, time after time after time when we talked about it, was, I can't afford that. And because my expectations kept getting shut down, whenever I conveyed what I felt we needed, kept getting shut down. It was very off-putting to me, and it made me step back from Jennifer rather than lean in. With the divorce now complete, and Jennifer soon to be on her way out, she has told me that she is going to, quote-unquote, work to purchase this house so that the kids can stay here. It's ironic to me that my expectations for putting down roots here required Jennifer to not be tied down with those same roots. And perhaps once we do finally purchase either this place or someplace nearby and get a permanent setup for the kids, I will be happier with the safety and security of knowing that the kids finally have what I always had during my childhood, which was a home, rather than just simply a house that I rented from someone else and quote-unquote lived in. So to bring it back around to the expectations for when we got here to Pennsylvania, I guess I expected Jennifer to be the breadwinner that she has become, with the understanding that I was going to take on the role of homemaker because we were not going to have the money to have a nanny like Danielle, which we had in Maryland. And I didn't feel like I wanted there to be a nanny. I didn't want, when we got here to Pennsylvania, for there to be someone else raising my kids. And I don't remember an exact conversation, but I'm positive that I conveyed those thoughts to Jennifer and that she was okay with that. So it's very frustrating to look back and see her not be giving us the financial support that I felt like I needed. And with the idea of finally getting a home of our own, once again, like we had in Connecticut, I really am expecting, moving forward, to regain some of the happiness that Jennifer, about a year and a half ago, told me that I had lost. She said to me, "You're not happy. You need to get a job." I have to wonder now, looking back, if she had worked with me to purchase a home here in Dallas, and I had made that home our own, how unhappy would I have been? Because making a home for our family, to me, is a job, and a job that I'm happy to take on. Since Maryland and since our rentals here in Pennsylvania, I have not felt empowered. I have felt somewhat helpless, in that things that I feel I could fix or things that I feel I could make better, I have to step away from for our family, because it's not my home. It's not my house. I tried when we got here to establish a garden, but the landlord here did not want it. And so I felt very helpless, that I was simply living out our lives in this place in a holding pattern, waiting for us to put our roots down. And here we are still in Pennsylvania 3 years later, not having put those roots down. We are still living out of boxes, and we've been doing so now ever since we packed those boxes in Connecticut. Hell, some of these boxes, I can still see the little yellow stickers from the moving company that moved us in their moving van to Maryland. And that depresses me. I need to have a home that I can call my own, that I can work to improve, whether by having someone come and do work on it or me doing the work myself. And that would give me so much peace of mind. And I think that would make me quite happy. I expect, moving forward, once we do have that permanent home, it will fulfill part of the desire that I have to make my children's lives better. And hopefully we're going to see soon.